everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am starting a new series of my Celtic Reiki healing in which I'm going to go through each signs of the zodiac. I want to incorporate my love of astrology into the videos that I do here and talk about it from time to time because I'm a huge nerd about astrology, and I thought it would be really cool to take the strengths of each sign and impart that in the energetic healing of the session. So I'm going to go through each sign in these videos, and I'm just going to start at the beginning with Aries. Aries is at the beginning of the zodiac, and it happens to be my sun sign, so I am partial to Aries energy. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Aries and the energy that it gives off, and then I'm going to be imparting that in my session today. So this is the Aries card. Aries is the ram, as you can see here, and the saying is I am, which is I would say a good representation of Aries. Aries is bold, brave, courageous, confident. When they're their best selves, they are very stable, and they are like, this is it, this is who I am, authentic as can be. When an Aries can be just fully themselves, that is when they are the happiest. The little booklet that comes with these cards has some things to say about Aries that I thought were very on the nose, so I wanted to just read a little bit of it to you. The Aries card says it's okay to push now. Just don't push too hard. Aries can be known to be more aggressive, and sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing. So in the energy healing today, I'm going to be trying to work on balancing that energy of pushing forward. There is a lot happening astrologically this year in Aries. There's going to be a very strong Aries energy as a collective, so it's important that we get you in a balanced state with that moving forward so that you can counteract any aggression that is not helpful or useful, but also have the assertiveness of an Aries that you need to stay grounded and stable. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and the energy of this card is that of a dynamic trailblazer. And Aries is a dynamic trailblazer. Like I said, it's the first sign of the zodiac, so it is the beginning. It is new beginnings, new starting, initiation, motivation, the courage, the bravery to get something started. You know, a lot of times people don't want to be the first one to do something, or they're a little afraid to get something started or initiated that needs to happen. Aries is not. It's the ram. It's gonna punch through and do the thing. It doesn't care. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, which is associated with red. So Aries is associated with the color red. So I will be working with that color today. And it's also, and Mars is the planet of courage, passion, energy, drive, force, trailblazing, getting stuff done. I always make like this punching movement whenever I'm talking about Aries, because Aries just feels like a punch to me. I am an Aries, so I get it. And Aries, Mars is also known for battle and war and aggression and conflict, and sometimes we think of those, often we think of those things as bad, as we should, but sometimes conflict is necessary. There is something to be said about finding a balance between peace and conflict, but if you're constantly trying to keep the peace and avoiding necessary conflict in your life, that is going to hold you back, that is going to cause problems, and sometimes it means that you're not being your authentic self. And like I said, for Aries, number one most important thing is to be your authentic self. So today I want to impart more the side of the courage and bravery and authenticity that Aries gives, and kind of counteract the unnecessary battle and war that we don't want with the sign. The sign is also known for being impatient, which is considered one of the weaknesses, and temperamental, which is considered one of the weaknesses. So I'm going to do my best to kind of temper that energy and impart more of the strengths of the sign. Aries is the fire of creation. This means Arians can be highly creative. Since they are impatient, they are also blunt and to the point. So again, there's a balance here, right? It's good to be straightforward, to the point, to tell the truth, to not beat around the bush, but then also sometimes like blunt can be associated with being rude and saying unnecessarily rude things just in the name of, well, I was just being blunt. So again, I want to kind of balance that energy to the point of, yeah, we need to be honest. Sometimes it's good to be blunt and straightforward. And I want to help you tap into the energy of when that is necessary and needed. They make no effort to pretend to be something other than what they are, which in their eyes is number one. That is true. So a big focus of this energy session today is going to be about tapping into that authenticity. I personally find that to be very important. Arians tend to be genuine people who are not into playing games. They like matters to move fast. Since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it is represented by the primal human, one who must protect and defend. If you have an Aries on your side, you're in a good place, because they will protect and defend you. Aries are highly ambitious and want to accomplish things quickly and in a no-nonsense way. So I personally don't see anything wrong with that, being an Aries. I love ambition. I love being successful, accomplishing things. So that is definitely part of this Aries energy that I'm giving off. We don't want to do those things to the detriment of other people. So again, it's about finding that balance. Competition is what Aries is all about. There's healthy competition and there's unhealthy competition. So we'll balance that today. Traditionally, Aries is a warrior sign, which means being always on the defensive and ready for action. I don't want you to be always on the defensive, but I want to motivate that action, especially because like for a lot of us this time of year, in the winter, we're just feeling like hibernating and not feeling motivated and action oriented. So I'm going to be putting some of that energy into today's session. Aries is the Aries style of relating is that of a catalyst using force, not of a peacemaker. So I already talked about that earlier. We do want to balance, but you can't always be the peacemaker. You sometimes do have to stand up for yourself, stand up for others, and use that bravery that Aries brings to the table. What else did this say that I want to talk about? Being responsible and disciplined in all of your actions, getting things started, forging ahead, not buckling under the dramas or trivialities of others. Aries, we don't let other people's crap hold us back. Headstrong, forging the path ahead, taking the lead. But be advised to think beyond acting with aggression. Beyond acting hot-blooded and impulsive. We do need to be sensitive to the concerns of others. Aries tend to move fast without thinking things through, so sometimes that energy is helpful because there are the people that get stuck and never want to move forward and take action. And then there's people that just take action and charge ahead without even thinking about stuff. And we want to kind of pull that back and balance it too. But again, this is going to be about imparting the strengths of Aries. So that's all I want to read out of the book about it. And like I mentioned, Aries is associated with the color red because Mars is red and Aries is ruled by Mars. The sign of Aries is the ram, and the chakras that Aries are typically associated with is the root and the solar plexus. The root is traditionally associated with red, so that red energy might be a part of it. The very passionate, fiery, creative, sensual aspects of Aries. Aries are very, very confident and bold, and this is very much a very passionate energy that a lot of people are drawn to. And a lot of people are scared of, I can tell you from experience. And the root chakra is associated with your stability and your groundedness and your confidence. And Aries, when they are operating as their best selves, are very confident and very stable, secure, steadfast. What they are is what they are. What you see is what you get. It's that I am statement. And that's a very root chakra. I am. It's just your way of being. It's your core self. And it's also associated with the solar plexus because the solar plexus is also very much about confidence, and just, it's that bright yellow. It's putting itself out there. It's stepping forward boldly. It's not being afraid because, solar plexus works with our fear or lack thereof, and Aries typically really aren't afraid of very much. Now, I am afraid of things. It's not to say that we just have no fear whatsoever. For me personally, it's that I don't let the fear hold me back from doing something I need to do. And I think that's the proper distinction to make. It's okay to be afraid of things, but to never do things that are meant for you because you're afraid is, in my opinion, not a great way to live. So I want to work with helping you remove fear that is holding you back. And letting the energy of that fear give you the courage to move forward and do the thing that you want to do. And then the last thing I'm going to say about today's healing before I get started on it is, because I am doing Celtic Reiki, I am going to be using the Be sign. I believe it's pronounced Be. It's a Celtic Ogham. Come on, buddy. There we go. Be. And it is representative of the birch, and it is the very first symbol of the Celtic Ogham, and that is a big reason why I'm using it, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and this Ogham is about new beginnings and starting something new and initiation, and Aries, the sign, is also about those things. And we are getting ready to move into Aries season. And like I said, there's a lot happening astrologically this year that is happening in Aries. And it's mostly associated with joyful beginnings. The start of Aries season is the start of spring, and we're just kind of seeing new life and things starting to bloom in that very new, fresh energy. And that's what this symbol is going to be all about. So just kind of giving you that new, fresh start perspective energy in today's healing to maybe help you overcome and cleanse any challenges that you've gone through, and overcoming the challenge of a new beginning, and just trying to move into how exciting and joyful it can be to have a new beginning with something and a new phase of life. And this symbol also has a lot to do with creativity. And Aries are very creative. Aries are also a fire sign. Fire signs, again, very bold, confident, passionate, out there, big personalities. So we're going to be infusing that energy into today's healing as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about it. I always have so much to say about astrology, especially when it comes to the signs that I am, which I'm an Aries sun, Cancer moon, and Taurus rising. So I'm sure I'll have even more enthusiasm for those. And if you know what your signs are, drop them in the comments for me. I always love to talk to people about their signs. Okay, I think that's all I want to say about it for now. So, because Aries is a fire sign, today I'm going to start us out with our cleansing by doing a smoke cleanse. Fire sign calls for fire cleansing. Get my match, get my Palo Santo. I like to get it good and smoky. All right. And we're just gonna do a nice smoke cleansing for you. We're gonna ask all of your guides and angels, ancestors, any member of your spirit team that is here for your betterness, your betterment, your good, here for good things. We're gonna ask them to come and help protect you. Ask them while we do this energy cleansing. Cleansing can put us in a vulnerable state. So it's always important to start out each practice with some cleansing, grounding, and protecting. I'm gonna even get some more smoke going on this. Really get it good. We want to cleanse anything that we've picked up during the day from other people, places, things, and even other spirits that maybe don't have your best interest at heart. We're really just gonna cleanse any of that negativity, toxicity, stagnation out of your system, your body, your mind, your spirit. And we're gonna ask your angels and guides, animals, fairies, ancestors, anybody that you work with, anything that you work with, to come and ground you and protect you and help guide you through this energy healing. Okay. We're also going to be doing the same with the selenite wand. Really, with this new beginning, this Aries new beginning, this initiation energy, we really want to start out with a clean slate. I personally find new beginnings really exciting. I know that for some people it's challenging and it's scary and they don't like change. I'm invigorated by it. Today's energy is about being invigorated and excited about a new start, new energy. And an energy that is bold and brave and takes on what it needs to take on. And doing so with such authenticity and honesty that you'll quickly find out who is meant to be in your life and what is meant to be in your life and what isn't. Being this bold and authentic and just such a force can be off-putting to people, but other people love it and they're drawn to it. It's a moth to a flame. And that's kind of how you can know who your people are, you know? What's meant for you. It's almost like a built-in filter that kind of gets rid of people who can't handle or don't want to be authentic. What you do have to be careful of with this energy is because you are so strong and good at defending and good at handling conflict, there are a lot of people who are afraid of it, who will kind of latch on to that energy, ride your coattails, drain you, always expecting you to be their defender. And you gotta be careful of that, because that's codependence. People need to learn how to do that for themselves too. Adults anyway, you know. It's different with kids. So we're just gonna clear out everything for this new start. I've also heard the zodiac chart, the full circle spectrum, talked about in terms of stages of life. And so Aries being the very first sign, the new beginning, I've heard described as having a newborn baby energy, you know, and then moving all the way up through Pisces. Pisces is like the really old wise sage at the end of their life, very close to heaven, because Pisces represents a lot of those characteristics. And it made sense when I heard it, each sign kind of being represented by these different ages and stages that we go through in life. And if you think of newborn babies, what you see is what you get. Little babies, they're not telling you lies. They're not trying to hide stuff. Who they are is who they are. And they're very me-centric. Aries are very me, 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 me. Again, that's not always good and it's not always bad. We like balance here. And, you know, newborn babies are just really concerned about getting their basic needs met. They're not concerned about trying to impress people. They don't have any of those pretenses. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Now I'm working with Lemurian quartz. Kind of still working a bit on the cleansing, but also we're going to do some grounding with this. Infusing some grounding and protection. When trying to ground, it's very helpful to take deep cleansing breaths that help center you and make you present to the moment. So I encourage you now and throughout this session to do deep breaths in through the nose, hold at the top of the breath, and then let it out slowly through your mouth. And if you do the out breath for twice as long as you do the in breath, that really helps the nervous system. It helps you release stress and anxiety. It signals your nervous system to calm down, which Aries is not a calm energy, but it is important for everyone to learn how to get grounded and calm. It's been one of my biggest hurdles in life, is to learn how to do that. So, we're gonna go. Just at your own pace. If you like to count it out, I like to do a 4, 6, 8 cycle. In for 4, hold for 6, out for 8. You do whatever feels most comfortable for you. And the competitive Aries in me sometimes likes to see if I can do it even longer. don't really like to compete with other people. I like to compete with myself. Another thing you can do to help you ground, and I use this a lot, especially with it being Celtic Reiki, because Celtic Reiki uses ancient Celtic Ogham alphabet for its symbols. And the Ogham alphabet, each character represents a tree. And each tree has its own healing properties. And with the idea of getting grounded and the fact that I like to work so much with the energy of trees, I like to imagine roots growing out of the bottom of my feet into the ground and anchoring me down into the earth. A big, solid, sturdy, stable trunk. So nothing's pushing me over. I am grounded. And I love to imagine my roots are connecting with all the roots of all the other trees around me. And we're sending each other love and strength and healing and stability. You know how trees take care of each other, sending that to each other through the root system. You become a part of that system, and it really grounds you. And I love imagining that my roots are connecting to not only the trees around me, but all the trees around the world. And I love to think about trees that I've met when traveling that I really grew fond of. And I never really have to leave them because I can connect to them through this practice. I love to go outside in my bare feet and ground in the earth. Actually plant my feet into the soil and grass and connect. I sleep on a grounding sheet at night. Feeling called to kind of pulling out some cords that have got you attached. We're going to start with this new beginning, clean slate energy. So I really want to pull out anything else that's sticking. We've done a lot of cleansing. We've done some grounding, done some protection. We're good with that. I really want to just pull out the stubborn stuff that's hanging on to really give us that new beginning energy. I'm going to do some aggressive Aries breaths. Start putting some of that new beginning Reiki in. With this beautiful fire quartz red crystal. I thought that was nice for Aries. We're going to place it in each dantian. The yin tang point, the upper, the middle dantian, and the lower dantian. It's just I believe, Chinese chakra system that I was taught for Celtic Reiki. I typically like to work with the traditional Hindu 7 chakra, root through crown. And I do a lot of that with my energy healing. I mix that in with this. But Celtic Reiki uses the dantians traditionally. But I just did the 3 dantians, upper, mid, and lower. Now I'm going to do crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, which is one of those Aries chakras, sacral, and root, another Aries chakra. I'm going to ask for you to be very rooted and grounded and stable and secure, confident and bold, not afraid to stick up for yourself and the things that you need to stand for, to have solid ground to stand on. That Aries energy of authentically and bravely standing for what you need to stand for with confidence, authenticity, righteousness. We're going to go back in with that solar plexus and send that Aries energy again of confidence, of boldness, believing in yourself, knowing your self-worth, radiating it to the world, and just being that bright, vivacious, fiery energy that's going to radiate to those around you. That bright, fresh, new beginning energy. Working with fire, red, the ram, Mars, root, solar plexus, with the Aries energy. You are brave, you are strong, you are comfortable in your authenticity and in your skin. You are confident, you are bold, you're a force to be reckoned with, you're ambitious, you're motivated, you're not afraid to start new things, you're not afraid to deal with the hard things in life. You're not afraid of people not responding to your authenticity. If it's not meant for them, see you later. You are who you are. And what you bring to the table matters. You show up as yourself, ready to go. I'm gonna finish up sealing it all in, protecting you with some smoky quartz, which I associate a lot with the root chakra. We've done a lot of work to cleanse and ground and protect you and cleanse out all of the energy we don't want and put in all of the energy we do want. And now I want to seal all that up so that you don't just get it drained from you immediately by other people. You have the courage you need to face the transformations, to face the new beginnings, to face the challenges. Who have the courage, the strength, the honesty, the fortitude, the power, the passion, the confidence. This new beginning is joyful. It's exciting. It's invigorating. Full of initiation, motivation. Moving past the fear, believing in yourself, knowing your worth, and radiating it to those around you. Be an inspiration to others. Help them by your example of facing fears and moving forward. Okay. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this Aries Celtic Reiki today, and I really look forward to doing all the other signs with you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm still a very new small-time creator and I would love your support. And please like and comment. I love to hear from you all. And I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day full of boldness and confidence and believing in yourself and shining out that authenticity to the world. Okay, have a good one.